What is good, NIO family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's going on with NIO, Tesla, SPY, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I want to talk about what's going on with earnings whispers, what news is coming out that's very important, and how NIO is looking going into earnings for tomorrow. But before I break into devil's information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am firstly not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull, the link down below, and deposit any amount of money into the account, you are guaranteed up to 6 free stocks. On top of that, if you put in $500, you're guaranteed 20 free stocks. And if you put in $25,000, you're guaranteed 70 free stocks plus 12 months of free level 2 data. This offer ends in just 2 weeks, so check it out before they run out. Anyways, let's break down what's going on with NIO. NIO is up 2.38%. Yesterday, I was saying NIO should be making its way up to 7.4 or so. And we actually hit 7.38 today before coming down. And we managed to hold up decently throughout the day. The question is, NIO going to start pushing up higher? Why is tomorrow going to be another big day? And what on earth could earnings bring for NIO? So as a reminder for the people that kind of like forgot, I just want to remind you all that tomorrow, I have my calendar right here. Before the market opens in the USA, NIO has its earnings. We're going to be looking for a big move by the share price. Now be careful with implied volatility, which tends to go up before them. But it's not that high right now, so we'll see what this causes for NIO. But as of right now, we're going to be looking for an interesting move. Also, NIO put on their Twitter page that right over here in Spain, we have a new record certified by uh, this company right here with a NIO ET7. This is once again good news for them. And that's great, great, great news as NIO is once again continuing to show us their capabilities and their improvements as time goes on. So I think that NIO has a lot of improvements coming. We'll be watching to see how earnings goes. We'll be looking to see what updates end up coming out. Now, looking at their earnings thus far, Deutsche Bank is coming out and saying that NIO is known for its battery swap technologies and their capabilities, but we're looking at our loss, an expected loss of about 23 cents per share on the quarterly sales of $2.7 billion. So we'll be watching to see if we see anything like that. So make sure you watch for earnings like these. On top of that, if we go on earnings whispers, the expectation is actually about a loss of 46 cents per share. That's what we're seeing for the third quarter. And revenue is expected to be around 2.63 billion. So Deutsche Bank is saying it might be a little bit better than what these expectations are. And with these lowered expectations, there's a good chance that NIO could actually end up beating. So I really hope they end up beating, and we'll see how it goes. NIO has also, or at least China has added NIO to the list of approved vehicle manufacturers, which is good news for them. This is once again good for them because you could see that the ministry database is permitting the companies to produce the vehicles in the country. And once over here, this is like giving them more privileges with their next manufacturing license upgrades, which is good news for them. Once again, good for NIO, and this can once again help them with their manufacturing processes and etc. Now, for the overall market, we have the ISM services data coming out at 10 o'clock a.m. and we have PMI coming out 15 minutes after market open. We'll see what this causes for the market. So expect some volatility around 10 o'clock a.m. We also have the JOLTS job openings and job quits coming out. The jobs numbers are going to be looking to cause some more volatility. So we'll see what this causes around 10 o'clock a.m. So make sure you watch for some more volatility around that time. 30 minutes after the market opens tomorrow for the USA. For NIO, the price price ratio is down, but we're at this extreme level, the 0.01 area. And that's where NIO tends to see some buyers, especially at $7. NIO has a tendency of being green about 55% of the time on Tuesday, but at this point, it depends more on earnings. We're seeing some more volume at 53 million. Now, the question is what's going to happen to the share price? Well, honestly, guys, I can't really predict anything. Although their EPS and revenue will be important, what's going to be even more important is going to be NIO's guidance. What NIO tells us about the next year, what they anticipate to happen as time goes on, that is going to be much, much, much more important for them. So on the 4-hour, we have a bullish divergence developing. We also have these imbalances around the 7.6 area, and we have our 200 EMA on the 4-hour time from at 7.8. So it looks like we might see it try to base at $7 because historically, like I was showing you guys yesterday on the weekly time frame, when we hit 7, we tend to see NIO bounce. We hit 7 and we bounced. Could this thing bounce off 7 and start launching to the upside? It's a real possibility, but it all depends on earnings. So technicals look like they want to see a bounce. Looks like NIO is going to try to bounce from a technical standpoint to get closer to $8 plus. But once again, guys, I can't promise that. no promises could be made because we have to see what happens after earnings, and earnings are going to be very telling and very important for the company. So we'll see what happens with earnings tomorrow. We'll look at their EPS and revenue. We'll look at what they say about their operating expenses and also what happens with their production forecast and their deliveries forecast as well. Guidance is going to be super, super important for them. So we'll see if this causes any upside. I'll be patient for now. The chart looks bullish though. It looks like we might see upside to $8 plus, but I can't promise that as it depends on earnings. That's why tomorrow is going to be very big. SPY is losing momentum when it comes to the upside, but it's still holding up. And the thing is, there's no confirmation of SPY breaking down because it actually held support again. So if you look at the chart, I'm going to go to the hourly. You can see that we have this orange trend line as our support, and we actually held support. And we had this downwards channel, but we actually got a break to the upside. So we'll see if this holds. What is possible is this thing kind of uptrends a bit, then we see another rejection. To be bearish, I want to see it lose this support right here. We also have the 4-hour 50 EMA at 454. If we lose that, I'm going to turn more bearish. As of right now, we're holding up nicely, and I think that there's a good chance we could kind of like pop a bit more and then come back down. But that's what I see as very probable. We could even be forming like a head and shoulders here with that left shoulder here, the head, maybe like a right shoulder forming before we come back down. So right now, I think a pop and drop is very probable, but it's going to depend on the data coming out tomorrow. We have a very important jobs numbers, so we'll be watching for those. And for now, just know that the chart is looking kind of in the middle. We haven't gotten confirmation for a bigger drop, but it could start downtrending soon, just a little bit. I also think that the market's going to bounce going into like the second or third week of December. Later on in December, I think we're going to get a nice bounce. We're not quite there yet. We're getting closer though. And I think there's more upside coming. As far as Tesla goes, we're looking kind of weak on the 4-hour, but we're holding support. So we need to see if Tesla loses support at 235. If we lose this thing could end up basing closer to 230. If we end up closing below this, I would turn more bearish. We could see it's coming back down to like 225, even like 223 to fill the gap before we bounce. So there's going to be a bigger drop if we lose 230. I think that that's going to be a really good buying opportunity, not financial advice. Anything below 230 is a good buying opportunity because Tesla's going to see an end of the year squeeze. I think it's going to be making its way back up. But watch this support right here. It's looking a little weak right now. So we'll see if Tesla can break this or not. For now, it's still holding, so just be patient. Nvidia is just barely holding 454. If we lose this, you're going to be watching it come down towards 447 and 444. Could be more downside, but watch 450. But we could always bounce later on. I still think that there's potential for it. On the QQQ, this one's looking a little bit weaker than the market. If you look at the QQQ, watch this support right here at 385. If we lose this, we have to try to hold support right here at 383, because if that fails us, there's going to be a risk of it coming down to 378 to fill this gap down here. Market's trying to show some weakness. We have a head and shoulders like pattern on the QQQ, but there's no confirmation that we're breaking down yet. We also have an imbalance on the 4-hour. It could try to rebound a bit towards 388 and then come down. So we'll see if we get some kind of bounce first. We haven't officially broken down yet, but there is a risk of that happening if we lose support. So I'm not bullish. I'm not bearish, guys. I'm in the middle. I'm not actually bullish for the medium term for the end of December. But for now, I just want to note that we have to wait and see if this thing could lose support. It hasn't broken key support yet, so just be very, very patient. That's pretty much it for the main ones. I think I went over Tesla, SPY, and all of the others. Even if you want to look at Aapl, Apple's also looking kind of flat for the time being. Hasn't officially broken down yet. We have this channel forming on the charts, but it hasn't actually broken below 189 yet. We're still holding it, so if we lose 188, watch 187. 187.5 is going to be key. If that fails us, we're going to turn more bearish. But for now, we'll just be watching to see how it goes. Anyways, that's it for now, guys. I thank you all so much for listening. Have an absolutely spectacular rest of the day. And just know that for NIO, we're going to be watching to see how it holds support. How it holds is going to be very important. The chart looks bullish, but earnings tomorrow is going to determine what the bigger move is going to be. All right, so let's get ready for earnings. Thank you all for listening. NIO to the moon because the long term is still very bright. And peace out.